Hello and welcome to How to Play Squaring the Circle, game for one player. This game comes to us from Solitaire by David Parlett. You're going to assemble 4 aces in each suit. You're going to need 2 decks of cards shuffled together. You're going to build a clock of 12 cards. Now, the unusual feature of this game is that it has an interesting sequence of cards that you play one after another. And so you have cards to play in the clock. You can play from the clock, the draw pile, or one of the 4 waste piles. You must play in suit in the order as prescribed in the side columns. You have 1 redeal once the draw pile runs out. After that, you get to take all the waste piles, shuffle them up, and put down the cards again. Anytime you play a card from the clock, you immediately refill it either from the deck or from one of the 4 waste piles, your choice. But the hardest aspect of this game has to be the unusual sequence. Other than that, there is a bit of strategy that I read in the website that I found the rules in, which I've only found one online source for this game, so it is relatively obscure. So anybody out there who might be programming solitaires into an app or a website, this is one that I don't think's been automated yet. So other than that, it is an interesting solitaire, but due to the unusual rank sequence, it does make it harder. Now, one of the things it said in the website was to particularly keep your waste piles segregated by rank, have one for the kings, queens, and jacks. I attempted that the first go round. This is the first time I played this, other than a few practice hands before being pretty certain that I was familiar with the rules and I could start filming. Wasn't too difficult of a solitaire rule set, so I was able to film pretty quickly. I just went ahead and this is the first game I ever played, so I think I would handle the strategy of it a little bit differently next time. I only filmed 1 game of it, so unfortunately this is the only game that you're going to get. If I do play this game again and I do manage to solve it, I'll let you know in the comments. But for the most part, this is a very interesting game. I went ahead and drew myself a map. That's what you see in the bottom right-hand corner, so I could remember what the sequences are. Probably why this game didn't really catch on too much. Even if you automate, it's going to be difficult for the audience to go ahead and play it without having that knowledge of the map sequence in front of them. And at that point, then you wonder why in the world you have to do it in this weird, odd sequence. Other than that, you're just basically going from ace all the way to ace in suit in this unorthodox sequence. Once you get to the sevens will repeat before you then start the same sequence over again that you previously had done. I just think it's a very interesting solitaire, one that was very, very obscure, hasn't been seen by the public much. This might be a lot of people's first time ever seeing this game. Even solitaire aficionados might say, hey, I never seen this game myself. So I'm still on that mission, trying to cover everything Mr. Parlett has written down. Some games will probably never get featured because they are, even from Mr. Parlett's words, pretty bad. There's a couple like that are just almost insolvable that I probably won't cover, just because your chance of winning is so low. There's only time you'd ever play such games in prison, or when you're just lost at sea or on a remote island, like in the movie Survivor. But at that point, I think you'd have bigger priorities than just playing solitaire. But you never know. There might be a sequence of time where you just need to kill time, and solitaires are the best way to do so. So we just keep going with this. I have the 9 of hearts. I need to get a 5 of hearts. Hey, there's the 5 of hearts. Well, actually, no, I don't need the 5 of hearts. I need the 6 of hearts. Okay, there was my first deal. So now I'm going to take all my waste piles, shuffle the cards back up, and then do the same thing again. I can play from the cards, from the draw pile, from the clock, or from the waste piles themselves. So I need another 7 of spades, which I found. Now I'm going to need the 8 of spades to continue on. And I think I definitely would do better strategy on which waste pile to put cards in. This time I went to ace 2, 3, and king, queen, jack in the first 3, and every mid-level in the final one. But honestly, I probably should have done something different. So, I don't know, next time I play this, I might do something different. I think I started changing strategy. I realized the error of my ways. I started putting cards in the mid-ranks in the reserves that I had for specific ranks in those waste piles when I thought that I would come to use them in the immediate time, or I just wanted to put them on the clock if I was able to play something from the clock. So let's see what happens. Okay, there's the 6, the 8. We just had that 7. There's the 7. Now, what card am I going to put in the clock? I'll just take from the draw deck. I find the other 7 of diamonds. But will that work for me or not? I don't know. So now I need a 9 of clubs. That 4 up there. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting solitaire, so I would say definitely try this out. You might win, you might not. You might have a better strategy than I did. And if somebody wants to automate this one, this would be an interesting game to automate. Okay, there we go. Just need the other 7 of diamonds. So there it is. Okay. Maybe I'm making good progress after all. Let's see what happens. Okay, make sure I didn't bury something that I might need. Okay, no. So put that 3 there, see what happens if I have that 3. It's probably going to be a while till I need that 3. I probably should have done something differently. Yep. And just like that, I managed to lose the game. So yeah, there's no winning today. Did not have any other moves I could make. The deck was exhausted, so, well, we lost that one. So like always, if you actually want to play something that's not solitaire, come to our subreddit Card Game Meetups. Post what city you're in, what games you know, and what public place you might want to meet up strangers, otherwise known as friends you haven't yet met, to play some card games. You never know, it might actually happen one day. Do click under the show more in the description. You'll see all sorts of links, including a link to a Discord channel where you can meet new friends that like to talk about card games all day, every day, and sometimes they're doing games I haven't covered at all and nobody's quite covered yet. So do call up your friends and ask them if they want to play cards. They might say yes, and they might say no, but you never know unless you ask, so do pick up that phone and ask. Do like, subscribe, and share this video with friends that you know love playing card games, and do vote into the community tab for this game's Game of the Month. And I want to thank today's musicians, and I'll see all of you next video.